Dear children, in this video we are going to understand what is a crown of a tree. The crown of a tree is the upper part or top of a tree. Crowns of woody plants, trees or shrubs include branches, twigs and leaves extending from the trunk or the main stems. Here in this picture we see different crowns of trees. We can see a round crown, we can see an oval crown, a vase crown, a columnar crown, weeping, spreading, and pyramidal crowns. Now, the question is that the shape of the crown of trees has a lot to do with its location. Justify giving examples of trees near the equator and Arctic Circle. Children, I am going to show you two pictures of crowns of trees. This is the first picture and this is the second picture. I would like to ask you that which tree would be found near the equator and which one would be found near the Arctic Circle. So, in order to find that, let us study this. The shape of the crowns of the trees has a lot to do with where it is located. If a tree is located nearer to the equator, the noontime sun is almost directly overhead all the year round. So, tall trees with flat tree tops or crowns are very common near the equator because the flat shape helps expose more of their leaves to the direct overhead sunlight. After reading this paragraph, it becomes clear that this kind of tree with a flat tree top would be found near the equator because sun is almost directly overhead and the tree with such a shape of the crown will be able to make most of the available sunlight. Near the Arctic Circle, the sun is never directly overhead and is quite low in the sky. So, trees in this part of the world tend to be cone shaped like the pine trees, and this helps their leaves from top to the bottom to make most of the available sunlight. Therefore, the second picture gives us the example of a tree which is found near the Arctic Circle because the trees near the Arctic Circle are generally cone shaped because the rays of the sun are slanting, and this is the way the tree will be able to make most of the available sunlight. We need to know one more thing, that trees like spruce, pines, and fir trees near the Arctic Circle have leaves modified to form needles. Now, why is that so? Because the needles are adapted to the cold, dry climates, and the leaf needles tend to retain water better than broad leaved trees like oaks and maples. So, when the leaves are modified to form needles, then the process of transpiration reduces and there is less water loss. Children, we also need to know the importance of forests. So these are the points which will help us understand that why forests are important to us. Forests are a habitat for living organisms. They are a storehouse of biodiversity. Biodiversity is the different forms of life seen in the forest. Practices such as agriculture and animal husbandry are dependent on forests and forest lands. Animal husbandry is rearing of animals, taking care of animals. Then forests maintain moisture content of atmosphere, and this helps in determining the rainfall in an area. Forests are known as lungs of the earth because they are reservoirs of life-giving oxygen and they maintain the oxygen carbon dioxide ratio in the atmosphere. Forests also provide humus and maintain soil